Hello and welcome to another edition of Straight from the Training Ground, the podcast where we share our love for the beautiful game and the people out in their communities doing beautiful things. Very glad to have Ian with us, the founder of Barebone Soccer in Denver, Colorado. Ian, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, Jason. Awesome to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. We kind of met through social media and Instagram and all those kind of things, and I've seen some of the great things you're doing out there in Denver. Real quick, just kind of tell everyone what it is you do with the Barebone Soccer Collective.
Yeah, so Barebone Soccer Collective is essentially a community-first project serving the greater Denver area. And we like to tell people that the basic goal of it is basically to create more gathering spaces for soccer in the greater Denver area on the pitch as well as off the pitch in an attempt to kind of make Denver the next soccer city. That's kind of like the large scale goal is how can we help out to make sure that happens, right? So there's a great community for players. There's plenty of facilities to go to, but what we kind of want to strive to get better and put into the limelight is the community and the cultural aspect of the game. We feel as though that could be stronger here. So again, that's what we try to do. Bring people together, create more gathering spaces, create that real community, give people a hub. Where can they go on the pitch again as well as off? So we do special events, watch parties, and really exciting. We got our newest event coming on June 2nd. Actually, we'll be playing in the parking lot of a brewery. So that's
Cool.
That's probably the biggest thing we're excited about.
Cool. And I was going to ask you, yeah, I've seen on social media, it looks like you have, you not only just provide some pickup games and actual play on the field, but watch parties, community gatherings, all those kind of things. So to try to cultivate, I guess, an overall soccer culture. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Or a better soccer culture.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. We basically, see how other things happen in other cities and other major metropolitan areas around the country. Denver commercially just isn't quite there when you think of your major cities with a lot of different communities and backgrounds. We're trying to show people that we can and we are that city and basically do that through soccer. So, what can we do to help to bring awareness to community that you can get something more out of whatever league you're in and just playing and going home? We can create hubs out of that if we kind of use our resources and work together with other stakeholders and organizations in Denver.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm sure a lot of work, goes into that, a lot of planning. What was your original kind of motivation or passion that, you know, drove you to start Barebone Soccer?
Sure. Yeah. Awesome question. So I think it must have been over a year and a half ago. I was just sitting around trying to come up with ideas, and
Yeah.
we've brainstormed with a couple of buddies of mine in the past. Didn't come to fruition, and I figured someone's just got to do something if we actually see ourselves doing more with soccer in our community. Because a group of us have had a pickup group for 3 to 4 years now. We play at the same place every single Saturday, year round, weather pending, or we go inside. So
Yeah.
we had that group to begin with, right? And we saw how much fun, how inclusive, and how much excitement we were bringing to people just doing our little pickup group. And I had the idea one day, why can't we do this more consistently and in more locations with more people? Why does it have to be just our little group, right? So we knew that players existed all around the greater Denver area. And I just had this idea. What if we actually made it a goal to bring all these people together instead of it being fragmented and having this league over here, this group over here doesn't know anybody. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, let's all come together and actually work together to make it a soccer city. So that was the initial inspiration.
Nice. So can you tell me a little bit about those first initial steps? Like, what did you do? I know anytime you're trying to get something started, I'm sure there's bumps along the way and it's difficult, but what were those first couple of things that you tried to do after you and your close group, wanted to branch out?
So I guess the first step was really just telling my buddies that I knew and who I felt had maybe some passion that could help us out with this goal, right?
Hmm.
So we were reaching out to people. I was reaching out to people, and just within our pickup group that I felt could make a contribution, right, at some point. And so that's how it started, very small. We didn't have really many resources, or so we thought, outside of our pickup group immediately, or big connections to help us network within the city and out. So
Hmm.
we started small with just each other, and many a brainstorming sessions happened. Many a brainstorming sessions. So
Yeah.
the ideation phase is still ongoing, even a year and a half later now. But it really was an ideation like think tank for us, for our meetings, to just, can we just meet up somewhere and just think about the vision?
Hmm.
Kind of had this idea from the beginning of, hey, it'd be great if we could post up here and play. What about here and play? What about this creative space? Oh, I bet we could do it with a brewery or something fun in the future, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be awesome to bring a community together through all these different venues, right? So the the ideation phase from the beginning was months long, and just taking on new people that we thought could contribute, and then just starting to see who could fit in what role and delegate to each other. We came up with our logo together many months ago. Edit it as well now. It's really really grassroots. So I think the main thing was just trusting your instinct and trusting yourself that if you care enough about this, you will start to find the right people to talk to outside of your group. So that's what we started to do. X amount of months into it, we just started to meet some people through our pickup community and out, that were in the city and outside of the city, greater Denver area, that heard about our idea or we spoke to directly. And from there, it just has created momentum, more and more momentum, and more of the right people we meet.
That's great, and I can tell you, just from doing this and getting to meet so many, great people all over the country that do have various roles within soccer. You know, a lot of people are just like you, and they have an idea, and it's a different thing to actually make that idea, you know, become a reality. And I can tell you, I know people that we've had on our podcast who started at a amateur games, with 3 or 4 people in the stands with 1 drum, you know,
Yeah,
and it seems really crazy, and now that team's an MLS team, but it started at that lowest level, and it's amazing to, like you just said, each week, maybe 1 or 2 more people show up, and then all of a sudden, 2 months later, you've gained 8 people, or 9 people, and then that one new person knows someone else that has a connection, like you said, to a brewery or to a whatever. And, that's what it's all about. And it takes a long time. You just have to stay with it and stay positive. But it sounds like you have a lot of great people around you that support your idea.
yeah. And I think just patience.
Yeah.
Patience has been the biggest thing, even today, probably more now than ever. We, you see you're getting more followers on social, which is great. More engagements happening. You're engaging with local business, which is awesome too. So you see those things happening, but that doesn't always mean everything right away. You still need patience to, I guess, build the gaps or build your relationships with people and with players who don't either know you or understand you entirely, right? So there's definitely been moments of wonder, frustration, at least curiosity. How can I get more people to come to this already?
Sure.
Why isn't there more? Like we're great. Why wouldn't you want to be here, right? that's that's
Yeah.
what you start to think about, and the more people you meet, you realize, well, everyone's got their priorities in life, man. There, people are doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So you just need to wait and hold on and be patient. And if you have that vision, just hold on to it and keep thinking about it. And eventually, the right people will come your way, or you bump into them and you just start talking.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, along those lines, Ian, in a perfect world, where would you love to see Bare Bones, a couple years down the road? I'll go ahead and answer that, and then I want to come back to. I know you have a big event coming up at your brewery. I'd like you to tell people about that. But a few years down the road, in a perfect world, what would you love to see Barebone Soccer about?
Sure. Yeah. Awesome question too, which is something that has evolved over the months, over the last year and a half. We've had many different ideas of where we wanted it to go. And the most recent progression that we've had in I guess, the model of the project and the idea is to start offering our services with pickup, casual play, as well as tournament style to bring to all these different vendors and kind of collaborate to get the word out and really start to create those community gathering spaces. So the brewery idea is Exhibit A, and we want to continue to do this at no cost for participants. So everyone comes, they show up, they can play, you sign a waiver form or whatever, or you just show up and you can be a part of it just like that. And we'll eventually we do look at, who can help us out, sponsorship, funding. We definitely need help in those areas, those realms to get us going a little bit more. And it's been cool. We're starting to talk to the right people for that too. So I think people really are starting to see just visibly, or actually to see the project just by going around places and talking with people. And eventually that'll just spout out into more channels and more avenues, more organizers, more stakeholders that care. And we'll support our dream as we kind of have envisioned. So that's kind of the idea, is keep the pickups going. We want, in a perfect world, in a couple of years from now, or even just within the next year, we really would like to have 4 or 5 pickup sessions in different locations in the greater Denver area. We have 2 right now on the weekends. So
Okay.
we want to have those every single week, whether it's winter or summer, wherever, indoor, outdoor. We want to always have those awesome pickup community gathering places. And then off the pitch, we also want every single week, again, in a perfect world, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Within the next year to 2 years, start kind of growing our local network with some of the stakeholders and businesses here who would have us in and have alignment with these soccer ideas, so we can start posting up and playing and then gathering more at these local businesses and really elevate each other's voices.
Great. That's great to hear. And the best part you said was free.
Exactly.
It was free. That's fantastic. That's what we're all about here. We love that.
Yeah.
And so here's your chance real quick, give a shout out to your big event you have coming up. I believe you said early June.
Yeah.
Tell everybody a little bit about it. Anyone that's local or anywhere around the area, how can they get involved? What is it?
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, the concept, we will be in Denver, downtown, at an awesome brewery called Raices Brewing. So the idea is basically we're going to throw, it's kind of like a social soccer party. That's kind of our concept that we want to work with. We will be playing casual pickup, probably 4v4. We have to iron out some details. We got to get back there and kind of lay out the blueprint a little bit better. But the idea is to basically have a couple hours allotted for us to have this event where people are playing in the parking lot, socializing with other soccer peers, getting to know people in the community, in the soccer community, and outside the community too, because that matters too. It's not just about meeting only soccer people, right? Soccer people connecting with other people. So food truck, music, obviously beverages. So we've discussed a DJ, getting them on hand. We got their buddy as well. Hopefully getting him involved with some extra curricular and entertainment ideas as well. So that is June 2nd. It's a Sunday. We should be 11:30 to 2:30. We have yet to get the graphics for the content, but that's coming up soon as well. But we've basically had this agreement that June 2nd, Raices Pickup Soccer. Hopefully call it our brewery series or something soon. So that's the idea.
That's awesome, man. You heard it here first. So make sure anywhere around Denver, get out there, play, get involved with these guys. And, really, Ian, honestly, hear it straight from the training ground. That's our passion, is finding people like you. And I do just want to take a second to let everyone know that, we met kind of through social media, but you reached out to us, to come on here and promote what you're doing and share it with everybody, that might see this. And that's really what we're all about. I loved getting your message and did a little research, see what you're doing. And that's what we're all about. We want to shed some light on people in their communities like you and your group that are doing great things to promote soccer, like you said at the beginning, in whatever way, whether it's through pickup games, whether it's through, watch parties, to try to create a better culture in your community, wherever that might be. So kudos to you, man. I think that's awesome. Best of luck. Obviously, if there's anything we can ever do to help you, through social media or anything like here on our podcast, please let us know. And we wish you all the best. And we want to see a great soccer culture, street soccer culture, some great watch parties out there in Denver.
It's coming, Jason. We really do think that this is a kind of one of a kind idea being done in Denver. We don't see anyone else doing these types of, I guess, event or these things being curated like at a brewery. I want to give a really quick shout out, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
To the two biggest inspirations from this project, really, outside of Denver, was Chicano Futsal. Close with those guys. We've met up in person in San Diego. My family's out there. It's super convenient for me. But also World Street Soccer out of Norfolk, Virginia. They were the initial inspiration for the street style brewery type event. They do that out there in Norfolk, so people should go check out both of those groups as well. They are awesome individuals.
Absolutely, that's great. Yep, great shout. We appreciate that, and we'll include our links below, everything for Ian and Barebone Soccer. Anything you might need to get in touch with them, follow them, support them on social media. And if you're out there anywhere in your own community, hopefully, Ian, this can be some inspiration to other people. It's not always a fit for every community. Each community is different, but hopefully you can be some inspiration to other large communities, small communities, no matter where they are, to continue to create things, from the ground up and to help soccer in our country. So I appreciate you for that.
Thanks so much, Jason. It means a lot. And we have starting to have those conversations, those quick DMs. That has been happening with other communities outside of Colorado, even. So that's starting to happen. I only imagine it'll get better for everyone.
Absolutely, man. Well, it's great to hear. And Ian, thanks again from Barebone Soccer, Denver, Colorado. Wish you the best of luck. Keep up the great work out there. And thanks for joining us.
Cool. Thanks so much, Jason. Really appreciate it.
Check out our friends at Duke Brand FC for all of your coaching needs, notebooks, and more. Visit our friends at TractionSocks.com for your grip socks.